Yeah.
I have a question. Are you allowed to ask questions on
Yeah,
the thing?
yeah.
Anything and everything.
I have a question for both of you
Let's
guys.
do it. Let's
do it.
You guys
Let's
are in
do
like
it.
a similar space. What do you think about like speed of growth? Like,
Oh.
because the reality is like, yeah, you shouldn't pay attention to the numbers. I totally am with
Yeah.
it, but they are there. Like, what do you ever pay attention to that? Like, what are you putting
Yeah.
out content for? I know it's for your happiness, but like, are you actually trying to get better?
Yeah,
too?
yeah, yeah.
Gotcha. Go. You answer that one first.
Well, for me, I think growth is in intervals. There's gonna be times where you're gonna plateau, and then you're gonna go up and down if we're talking about like the amount of followers and stuff like this. But it's going as you're growing. So if you're going in one direction and you're like, okay, this wasn't it, and you switch, that's when you see the growth. And then you're going up and down. It's growing as you're growing, and also consistency. Like, yes, let's say you're consistently getting 10 followers a day is better than getting 5 million followers in one day. Like, because at the end of the day, these people aren't gonna stay with you forever.
True.
If you're consistently having people growth, you're gonna know that you're going up. It's like on a chart, going up all the way. And that's what I see. Yeah, obviously I tailor my stuff because I know, hey, people like this. So I'm gonna go out of my way to do more of this because they like that. But it's still something that I enjoy.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go out here and twerk and then my man out here.
Come on.
Just because that can give me a lot of followers. If that means I'm not gonna compromise what I do already, but at the end of the day, I'm still, you move from side to side to figure out where you should be at. And you also, because you're trying to find a demographic, right? Is that or target a demographic
More or
or
less,
something?
yeah.
Something like that, right? So you are obviously going to see that. Like example, on my charts, it's like 80% of women follow you and 20% of men because they're lame. They don't follow me. So I'm like, what can I do that will involve men more? So I started making videos about cars because I like cars too.
Yeah.
So I make videos about cars. I increased that by like 5%. So I understood the assignment, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So it's some little things you got to do.
Studying the analytics.
Exactly.
Studying the
Yeah,
analytics.
just study your analytics.
And figuring out what sticks. I think for me, it's not about numbers, yes, but it also is about numbers because you need to know what is hitting and what is not hitting.
Yeah.
And so I think with podcasting, I haven't done it too long to really study the numbers, but I feel like consistency would be the biggest thing
Yeah.
with my brand and what I want to do. I was telling a friend of mine, Sam, his name's Sam, at my church, and we were talking about the Pick and Choose brand. And I told him that originally it started wanting to do vintage, but I had to come to the conclusion that I literally cannot do vintage, at least right now, because I don't have the time to source quality
Yeah.
vintage.
Good Lord.
And I had to come to the realization, my wife knows, I tried, babe, right? I tried to source it, but it just wasn't working. Like, you cannot go to one thrift store for one Saturday
No.
and
No.
think you're going to
You
find...
gotta go like 10 a day.
You gotta go to
Yeah.
10 and you gotta camp out, bro. Like, you gotta be there because people are gonna, you know what I'm saying? Because people are on the same mission as you. So I had to,
Not
like,
Tony there at 5 a.m. in the morning.
bro, I don't even get up for work at 7 in the morning. So it's like, what makes you think I'm gonna be there? You know what I'm saying? So it's like understanding and coming to peace with like, okay, this just isn't gonna work. Maybe right now. So then I'm like, let me pour all of my time and energy and my focus to podcasting.
Yeah.
Let me put my all into it because there's a difference between putting 20, 10, 5% and all these little things that you can do rather than putting 100% into this one thing and making it great and then building off of that. So I think for me, just consistency and being able to pour into this one thing, which is podcasting right now, which the goal is to eventually, do full time. And so I think, yes, the numbers do matter, but not in the sense of it defines like who you are or what you do. But it's important to understand like, hey, this is what's hitting, this is what's not, and this is where I need to do, this is where I
At
need
the
to
end
go.
of the day,